Hey, congratulations! What was your major? Thanks! Gender studies, you? Feminist and queer studies. That's awesome! Do you have a job lined up? No. Do you? No. But I do have a bunch of student debt that I need to pay off. It's so unfair. I know, right? Education is a human right. Yeah, exactly. I don't see what's so hard about the taxpayers paying off these useless degrees we just got. For real. Anyways, enjoy unemployment.
The reason why men hate this new generation of women so much is because we're finally starting to realize how powerful we are.
Realistically, we are the weakest generation of women in American history. We're living in the most egalitarian time when it comes to genders. The equality fight was not ours. It was our great-grandparents and our grandparents' fight. And they fought that fight so we wouldn't have to. We're living in a time where we're not only equal to men judged by our merits, we're also given advantages simply for being females, for the sake of diversity. Yet all we do is complain. All we do is blame our gender for why we can't do something. Men aren't the ones suppressing us. Women suppress women. As women, we're the last ones to go and support another woman. We're the first ones to critique them and the first ones to bring them down, but the last ones to support them, and yet all we do is blame men. We live in a society where as women we're valued for simply existing. A man with no job and no potential has no value to society, yet a woman with no job and children is still valued in society simply for existing.
Why I think modern feminism is f***ing stupid. Part 3. Today, we are going to be talking about how gas pumps are sexist. This woman accused a gas station of sexism because the pumps were designed for male hands. As the article stated, she's a petite mom of 2 and has tiny hands, so it hurts when she pumps gas. Now, obviously, this woman is in a different country. I don't know how gas pumps work there, but of course, the American feminists ate this the f*** up. For the feminists in America complaining about how gas pumps are designed for male hands, let me show you a quick, easy little mechanism that helps a lot. Now just lock it or get the f*** over it. Your choice. Pumping gas is pretty f***ing inconvenient already, but y'all just have to make a goddamn mess, don't ya?
If you're a white person, you can't wait to get super tan and you can't say Black Lives Matter and you're not an ally and you can't stand for your Black, brown, indigenous, people of color, friends, and family, then do everyone a favor and tanning is not for you. So.
Hey, Mr. Sun, sorry. I didn't mean to assume your gender. Please don't get offended. But you and your UV rays are canceled for making white people a little bit darker in the summer. Canceled. There you go, guys. Problem solved.
Am I the only one that thinks it's extremely ironic that at the Women's March this year, they were actively marching against a woman? Like, the left is really only feminist when it comes to left-wing women.
My son died.
The difference between me and liberals is that while I may not agree with what you say, I will fight like hell for your right to say it. Would you do the same for me?
Let's say this represents minimum wage. Minimum wage is a floor. It's a place to start. This is where you can go for minimum wage through education, job training, years of job experience, or other jobs that pay more than minimum wage. The argument is that if you increase minimum wage, you can actually bring people more to a standard of living that might be, let's say, here. That's a flawed argument because this is still minimum wage. It's still the minimum. It still goes here. That means when you increase it, everybody else has to be paid more again, which means companies go, how do I pay all of these people that increase? Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to absorb responsibility up the ladder. I'm going to expect more of these employees. I'm going to cut my overhead. I'm going to get rid of these people. And now these are the only people working. And these people don't have jobs. We do not need a minimum wage increase. We need to provide education and job training.
Teaching women how to protect themselves is not victim blaming. Promoting self-responsibility and accountability is not victim blaming. Two things can be true at once. You can tell women to reduce their odds of becoming a victim, while also prosecuting perpetrators to the fullest extent of the law. All of this will teach men not to. I'm sorry, did you sleep through the yes means yes movement? Or the hashtag #MeToo movement? We're already telling men not to. And newsflash, everybody knows is wrong. And yet bad people choose to do it anyway. Those people should be punished. But even if they are punished and justice is served, you, in the end, have still been victimized. Bad people exist. Bad people will always exist. All of us have a certain degree of responsibility over our own health and safety. That does not mean that if somebody hurts you that it is your fault. But why not try to prevent?
This is your man.
Yes.
Look at the screen.
That's mine. I'm gonna stick beside him.
And that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm gonna stick beside him.
Feels like I'm going insane, yeah.
I feel like a woman.
It doesn't work that way. There is no way. Being a woman who's infertile, that's different. And no, I am not homophobic. I just believe in science. Okay? And science doesn't say that you can take a bunch of hormones and just develop a female reproductive system out of nowhere.
Birthing people makes us sound like cattle, can we not? I couldn't quite put my finger on why they were trying to do away with the term mother and use something more general like birthing people, something with less of an attachment. And this made it make sense. Because a lot of us have claimed for a while that to the federal government, we're numbers, we're laborers, we're not really people. And despite how much they claim to support individuality, what they actually want is a uniform group of people. They want us all to act the same, think the same, talk the same. I'm curious to know what they'll come up with for fathers when Father's Day roll around. They're trying to damage our relationships, the way we see people. No, that's not your mother, that's just the person who birthed you. That's not your father, that's just a biological contributor. An unborn baby is a clump of cells. They're not going to use gender-defining terms anymore. Encouraging indiscriminate sex. Your friends are actually your enemies if they don't think the way you do. You're a terrorist if you don't like what the federal government's doing. They're trying to remove emotional attachments to make us more obedient, more loyal to the government.
Scary times when conservatives are still being silenced, yet there's still accounts on these apps called Abortion Counselor and Abortion Queen that make comedic videos of killing their babies. But no one glorifies abortion, right? I guess we just forgot when Miley Cyrus ate that abortion cake, acting as if offing a child was a birthday celebration. And now there are some abortion clinics that are giving you an abortion care package to take home with you. It's like a gift basket for murdering your child with little hand and feet prints. First, I didn't know we were taking ideas from Ted Bundy. Second, how is that possible when the left likes to scream at me that they're just a clump of cells? Well, maybe if you didn't kill your unborn child, your remembrance box would be years of bonding with your living son or daughter. Yeah, the abortion industry is responsible for millions of deaths each year, and the party that celebrates them likes to jump down our throats about human rights, when this is one of the biggest human rights threats in our nation. It's disgusting when, as a society, those that show love to our country are banished while those that celebrate murder are praised.
As you should. Yes, as you should. Come to think of it, as you should.
Tell me your mom shouldn't be a mom without telling me your mom shouldn't be a mom.
When I was 15, my mother pushed me into a glass cabinet, which I broke. And my father heard the commotion and he tried to help me, which resulted in my mother closed fist punching him. I tried to pull her off of him, failed miserably because I was 110 pounds and she was 300 pounds. Eventually she stopped fighting both of us and I called 911. And when the police came and got a statement from me, I looked over at her and saw that she was making fun of me because I was crying because she had thrown me into a glass cabinet and punched my dad.
So pick me. Choose me. Love me.
Yeah.
Gonna get married.
Do